Hi Warwick, time for my weekly address. First subject I want to touch on is the school bond for 2 new high schools. This past Monday, the City Council passed a resolution to ask the General Assembly to authorize placing the school bonds on the November ballot. You'll be asked to vote on this, whether to approve it or not, to build the 2 new high schools. It's a $350 million bond. Now there are concerns both with the public and the City Council if we can build it for that amount of money. That's going to be determined. But the next step is placing it on the ballot. We're going to provide all the information to you in the interim. We're going to make sure you know how much of an effect it will have on your taxes. This isn't the last part of it. The City Council, if this is approved, the City Council will still have to decide whether or not to issue the bonds and begin the construction. And they're going to probably assess the climate of construction at that time, because right now it's very difficult to get not only labor and manpower, it's difficult to get materials. So, as I said, we're going to give you all the information as we lead up to the election. Next topic, paving. We plan to do a lot of paving in the city this year. We were delayed about a month because the companies wouldn't hold the bid from last year because of the cost of energy, asphalt prices have skyrocketed, so we had to go back out to bid. We've picked a vendor. They're going to begin soon. This vendor usually works along with National Grid. A lot of the paving we do is because National Grid has come in, ripped up the streets and put in new gas pipe. Then they're required to repave it. They don't do it themselves, they give it to us and they reimburse us the costs. We're doing a lot of the other city roads too this year. State roads such as West Shore Road, Main Avenue, we've talked about that before. A lot of paving is planned going on by the DOT this year in Warwick. Route 117, a big section of West Shore Road from almost Apponaug all the way down to Oakland Beach, where they've been working on those utilities. Main Avenue, a big portion of Post Road. So paving looks like we're going to get a lot done this summer. Stay tuned. Hopefully the weather stays good so we can get as much done as we can. Good news on the therapy pool. It's taken a while. We finally got a vendor. We paid him through the process that he was asking for. The City Council made allowances. The work has begun, and they're going through it rather quickly. We're hoping the next 2 or 3 weeks it should be done. We can fill the pool and we can open it up to the residents again. This past Monday, we had a dedication ceremony. The access road that runs off of 117 up to Tollgate High School was renamed for Robert J. Shapiro. Bob Shapiro worked in education in the city for 50 years. Most people knew of him. He was a Tollgate principal for 19 years, the very first principal of Tollgate. A lot of the traditions and culture that's there are because of him, because of his efforts. He was a beloved superintendent. He was a personal hero of mine, and so many people adored the man. We had his family there. We had a lot of officials, a lot of old colleagues. We put up the street signs. We had an unveiling ceremony. It's just a wonderful thing for the community. We have a lot of great events coming up, and 2 of the biggest ones, of course, this Saturday, the Gatsby Parade, Warwick's favorite. It's 250 celebration. The burning of the Gatsby was actually the very first blow for freedom in the American Revolution. Boston Tea Party got a lot better press, but that happened 1 year after the Gatsby. It all started right here in Warwick. Of course, we're having the parade, the 5K race before that, a couple of other events. And then the following weekend, we're going to have the Great Race. We've talked about this before. The Great Race is starting right at Rocky Point. There'll be a lot of other events surrounding that one main event. It's not a race. They're not going to race through the streets of Warwick. They're on checkpoints. They do it by the speed limit. There are going to be a lot of different kind of cars. They're coming from all over the world. It's going to be something great. Go down to Rocky Point, watch the events. We're going to fill you in on when they're occurring. They chose Warwick out of the whole country. They chose Warwick. They're starting the race here, and they're going to North Dakota. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing to see, so make sure you take a look at it. That's it for this week, Warwick. We'll see you at the parade.